All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Morning Coins with John and Chaz. I'm John.
I'm Chaz.
Woo!
And this is Jakey.
What's up, Jakey? Get to work.
The guy he works all night. That's why he's so tired now.
Probably one of the laziest producers. He doesn't even handle our social media.
No.
So if you guys are out there and you're watching and you like this show, share it with your friends. I like Friday mornings, Chaz. I'm not going to lie. And usually there's one reason.
Why?
Because we're doing this show.
Yeah, this is a good show. I'm really
Today?
It's an educational journey, really, isn't it?
Honestly, it is, and that's why I like doing it. For all of you out there, we are not crypto experts, but we like cryptography. We like any platform, project, coin, token, or blockchain related thing, and we try to talk about them weekly. We also invite you guys to come in and chat with us. I'm gonna go ahead and get the link in the Vim chat, so you guys can join if you want. We'll take the TV overlay down, and you can come in and either listen or participate. Went full screen on me. There's the link, and as you guys can see in all of our scenes, we have the Vim chat in there, so you guys can react. I'll read the chat messages out loud. You guys can put in your comments or your questions. Like we said, we're not experts. We'll answer them to the best of our ability. If you do have trading insight, or you're a programmer or developer, and you have insight on any of the coins, tokens, or projects that we talk about, you're more than welcome to come on and join us on the show. And that,
we'd love to have people come on the show with us. It'd be great.
And with that, we're also not offering any financial advice or trading advice or anything like that.
Cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options trading involves substantial risk of loss and are not suitable for every investor. The valuation of cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options may fluctuate, and as a result, clients may lose more than their original investment. All investments discussed on this show are for informational purposes only and are not recommendations to buy or sell.
What is the crypto market doing?
Yes, I think people wake up in the morning and they rush to their computers like I do to see if their favorite crypto coin has gone to the moon.
Well, first off, that's correct. But I guarantee you, no one runs to their computer, Chaz. They run through their smartphone.
Okay, well, let's use an all-encompassing mobile device.
There you go. Mobile device or a computer.
Yeah. Right, iPads and all the other stuff that people carry around with them and have their faces buried in.
I like the sidebars.
Yeah, so we have links today that I thought some of them are funny, some of them are just sad.
Okay.
In the news again, Jamie Dimon.
This guy.
He cannot keep his mouth shut.
He's bored.
And if I were him, I would be saying, I don't want to go down in history as being a knucklehead and saying all this stupid stuff after the crypto market just takes control of our finances.
Now, did he really say the F word?
Yeah, he did.
You know what, though? He might not. He really might not. But that doesn't mean that JP isn't doing blockchain stuff on the side.
I am thoroughly convinced that they're in the market right now. They're buying it at low prices. They got traders working on it, guys who are experienced in watching financial markets, and they're loading up. There's no question that they're doing that. But anyway, Jamie Dimon, had to put the link in there because every time one of these big shots open up their mouth and shoot it off, I love to put it up there. And the key words here are: do not engage mouth or engage brain before operating mouth.
There you go. Okay.
So cross-chain guide to cross-chain swaps. It's a little class, a little outline on what they are, what they do, and I thought it was a good educational piece
Okay.
for our viewers. Oh, this one is the sad but funny one. Hello, you owe $400,000 in taxes. A college student in California trades cryptocurrencies and makes $800,000 on the cryptocurrencies. Right? He does a
Whoa.
fantastic job. The market falls out of the bottom of his investments. They go to 125,000. He owes the IRS $400,000.
Because of when the season was versus when you do your.
Profits on his profits, right? It doesn't matter what your investments are doing now. He made profits all along the way by day trading. This is why day traders and people who are inexperienced in it got to think about this. You're making profits, and you're going to have to pay taxes on those profits.
Yeah.
They're not in a tax shelter.
Yeah.
Right.
But they should be.
Right. And so he's got a $400,000 tax bill.
Oh my gosh.
Which he can't pay. So here's a tribute to California college education, right? He should have known that. He should have did his homework.
What strategies could you use to offset that burden, or how else could you get, not necessarily get around it, but mitigate it to where it's not as much?
Well, one thing, hopefully he should do, I think, and I'd have to look into this more, but I would take his losses. He's got $125,000 now, right? That bottom fell out of the market. I don't know if it's too late for him. Maybe this was last year. I didn't really go through the entire article, but if he sells now and takes losses, he can mitigate some of those gains, right? Because he can write his losses off.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ahead of time, he should have said, look, I need to put money aside out of my profits to pay my taxes.
Okay.
And this is the pitfall of trading stocks. You make money, and the market goes down the toilet. Where are you going to get the tax money to pay for it?
Right.
You got to think this is a strategy. You have to have this plan ahead of time. And this is what you always hear me say is do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
People don't do it. He didn't do his homework.
Yep.
He just saw all this money and was going, wow, I got $800,000.
And he's taken all of it too, right? He's not keeping it in. That's what you're saying, right? He's taken out his profit through.
No, actually, John, if he sold something, made a profit, and reinvested it, he's responsible for the profits on the sell.
Okay.
So any gains he made is a taxable gain. So all these taxable gains by trading, he has to pay taxes on those every time he makes a gain.
Right.
Now he should weigh, of course, his losses against that. If he had losses, that should mitigate some of that.
Mm-hmm.
But holy cow! I mean, the guy's in a hole. You better get an attorney. Take that $125,000 and get an attorney.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Last link is modern financial system is a Ponzi scheme.
No.
So, the CEO of Overstock says our modern financial system is a Ponzi scheme. It's like a shot over the bow. He says what's going to happen is blockchain's taking over.
And Overstock's been in the commercial crypto game for a while. I mean, they're the first mover. They're one of the first movers as far as a company taking and accepting crypto. So I expect that from him. I think everyone in the space kind of agrees with that. No one likes derivatives. What's the one where I forget where the I mean just the printing of money.
Quantum easing.
There's another one though that's pretty fractional reserve banking.
Oh, they got more angles on this thing than, I mean, let's face it. If you run out of money and you print more, there's nothing backing it up. The full faith and credit of the U.S. government.
Right. And then you have the poor kid up there who's a good trader, and he's got to pay taxes on every little thing he does as far as making money.
So obviously the kid's got something on the ball as far as trading. Maybe a trading company could step up and help him out. You know what I mean? Somebody says, hey, look, you want to come work for us? We'll do this for you.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
help you out a little bit, but you got to trade for us.
Well, I think the lawyer part might be a little bit easier of a route.
Oh, certainly,
Just
yes,
lawyer
yeah.
it up and keep putting stays on when you're actually supposed to take care of it.
Well, you can negotiate that bill too.
Yeah.
Let's face it. The kid can say, "Look, all I got's $125,000 or $100,000 after you pay the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I got. You're not going to get anything else from me. I'm a college student. I don't own anything."
Right. And they're
Right.
like, "Fine, we'll take it."
Yeah, we'll take the 100. Maybe you can get off that way. I don't know, but you know, he needs some help. Somebody needs to step up to the plate and help this guy out. I mean, yeah, you know what? All of us have been dumb at one time in our life.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And me included. You know, I've lost a lot of money in the market by being dumb. And so, we need is just do our homework. Watch what we're doing. Think about all the implications. I think the small view of the world, you know, the down the tube tunnel vision, we need to discard that and start looking at all the different avenues and facets that affect us when we do this stuff.
I agree.
My wife's always saying, well, we win the lotto, we'll get like $500,000. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I think about? All the problems that come along with having $500,000.
Amen.
Yeah. There's people out there.
Still be nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It'd still be nice. So what's the market doing?
The market is fluctuating.
Oh my goodness. It is, isn't it?
You know, I used to, when I worked in the brokerage house, people would call up and ask me, what's the market doing? It's irrelevant, because what you want to know is, what is your investment doing?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So if the market's up and your investment it's possible for your investment not to move at all. So that's my answer. The market's fluctuating.
It always is, isn't it? Is it trending upwards? Or are we going to find that out later?
I think, yeah, we're going to take a look at what's going on a little bit later.
Okay.
And I think what I'm going to do later in the show is look at Bitcoin again, because I think when Bitcoin goes up, I think everybody else is going to follow suit.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what do we got here on CoinMarketCap versus cryptocurrency charts?
Well.
And where's Steam? They're not good enough for you because they're number 40?
You know, it's number 40. That's pretty good, really, when you think about how many crypto currencies are out there in blockchain platforms. Steam is actually doing quite well. But what I tried to do is narrow down the focus a little bit. I wanted to show what CoinMarketCap shows as the top. I think they got the top 50 there. Is that what I'm looking at?
I'm looking at 30.
Yeah, top 30. Actually, that's a CCI. Let me fix that. That's a CCI. I didn't use CoinMarketCap for that. I'm going to fix it right here. I was bopping back and forth between CoinMarketCap, CCI 30, and cryptocurrency chart, which is really a cool chart system we're going to look at here in a second. Multi-screens.
Here we go. Live updates. We don't have our producer sleeping on at C-Rollo3's lap. So we have to update it live.
He's out.
Worthless.
He is an awesome cat.
Is it fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed. There you go. CCI 30 versus cryptocurrency charts. Cryptocurrency charts, it allows you to slice and dice returns and everything. And I thought, John, we might be able to, a little bit later on the show, jump to a live version of that, if you could put it up on the screen.
I will do that.
I did put a link for it in the charts.
There is a link on the charts?
Yeah.
Yeah, then when we get to that one, just ping it to me and I'll bring it up live. Unless you want me to bring it up live now.
No, we're going to look at a few static charts, and then we'll go to that dynamic one. I didn't put a lot on here. I wanted to keep it narrow.
Okay. So this is the CCI 30, and then we're going to be going through some cryptocurrency charts here.
Right, and they're going to be from cryptocurrencycharts.com, which is a really cool site. And so the bottom in the gray area there is their version of the top 25.
Okay.
Which I found interesting that XRP is not listed on that.
You didn't find it interesting. You're calling them out.
Well, it's there. It's Ripple. I was looking for XRP. Okay,
Oh, okay.
let's go to the next one. Oh my God, what is shameless self promotion?
If only I could be faster on the uptake.
All right, I'll slow down. How's that?
No. That's
I
my
had my
fault.
coffee this morning.
Need a place to buy crypto? Click one of our links. Oh, and by the way, these slideshows, whether you're watching the VOD on YouTube or you're reading the Steam It blog or you're looking on Vim, copy and paste that or the slides for the show link, and it'll take you right there. And then you can go down and create a Coinbase account, invest $100 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash, Ethereum Classic, Ripple. No, not Ripple yet.
Not yet.
Ripple
They're
at all?
holding Ripple.
They're holding it, and we get $10 in Bitcoin for free. So if you like us, you can either upvote this post, which is fine. You can tip us on Vim, which is also fine. Or you can create a Coinbase account if you really love us, and we get $10 in Bitcoin. And actually, you do too.
Yeah, you guys get something out of
You
it as
guys
well.
get, so you invest 100, you get an extra $10 worth, and we get $10 worth. I wonder when they'll stop doing that, but that is a good deal. And also, get Steam on Coinbase. Make sure you look at the Steam Blast link in our description as well.
Interesting to note that Coinbase is speeding up the adoption of other cryptocurrencies, and that half the articles I read are speculation about listing on Coinbase.
Right.
You know, and just talk about it, and your crypto will go up.
Absolutely.
So are we ready to go to the next slide, John?
I'm ready. I'm actually there. It looks challenging. My brain already exploded.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and interpret this, but what I wanted is put this out there for the people who are very heavily math oriented. This is how they do the weighting on coin market or on CCI 30. CCI 30 has a weighting system that they use, not the one I would use, but they do have a formula for it, which, you know, I appreciate the consistency and the thought that goes into these type of things, because they're not just saying, oh, you're more, you're less. The weighting system is really important to get a good picture of what's going on. So I just thought I'd throw that in there so people can see that there is some kind of process that is used.
Yeah, and right, exactly. And I won't try to explain it. I'm just going to take your word for it that it's a good calculation.
It is. I'm not going to try and write it. The only way for me to do that is to actually take it and write the numbers into the formula, and then it makes sense to me. But
Yep.
looking at it, and that's odd because I have a statistical background, and I look at that and I'm like, I'm tired of that.
No, you still have to work through it in your brain in order to understand. You know, that's how you math.
Right. So I started out with the top 20 coins by market cap in the past week. Now this is on cryptocurrency.com, charts.com, cryptocurrencycharts.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought I'd throw that out there. On that box on the left with the percentages in it, this is return on investment, and it's at the last day of the week. Right? So if you put your cursor, and we'll look at this later, over that last end of the chart, this is what pops up. I had to do a cut and paste, otherwise it wouldn't have shown up right on the screen. It would have covered up too much.
Okay.
But you can see who's done the performance here. And let me get over here. I want to expand.
Yeah, Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, look at that. Amazing.
Well, I think they have that hard fork coming up, so people think they're going to get, if you hold it when the hard fork comes, then you get the chained portion of the new coin.
Right.
So they buy it, price goes up, they buy it just so they can hold it through the fork, then they sell it after the fork once they already have the, and I think every exchange is different, but most exchanges do that. They're like, oh, you had this at the time of the fork, so here you go.
right? And then right after that's Bitcoin Gold. But look at Bitcoin Cash on a weekly is like 48%.
Uh-huh.
So that's a pretty good return in a week.
Sure.
And we're going to look at longer term charts here in a minute to see if that holds.
Okay.
But there's a list. And once we look at the live version of this chart, all you got to do is run your cursor along those chart lines, and the percentages will change and tell you what it was at that time, that point in time.
I like that.
Yeah, this is a very cool system. I like it.
We should contact them and tell them that they need to sponsor the show.
Good idea. So we're going to the next one, and we're going to look at the past month.
Okay.
A little bit different view there. Bitcoin Cash still at the top.
Look at Augur.
Yeah.
We have to look into Augur. We haven't done that yet.
That's a good one. I'm going to write that one down. We'll take a look at Augur, but also, what is that? I can't see read the second one. My print's too small.
It's Eternity. Eternity.
Oh, got it. So many plays on words. But you'll notice here that the picture has of the market has changed, right?
Is that purple one? That is Eternity, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Kind of a purple blue or.
Yeah. Where's actual Bitcoin? Bitcoin looks like the dollar. Just level.
Yeah, it's sort of just on the monthly basis hasn't really made any progress, and down 2% or 1.5%. It's not. So when you start looking at these charts and looking at different, and this is something that people should do when they're trading or buying, is look at the short term, but also look at the long term.
Okay.
On these, it's important to get a big picture view. So when we go to the year-to-date chart, we get a lot different picture again.
Oh, there you go.
And you can see the big jumps there in the last few months, year. Binance, look at them.
Yeah. Where is there? Is that the green that's on top? Is that green line that kind of goes up and stays on top?
Well, if you look at the very end of the chart, you can see who's on top, right? The highest line at the very end of the chart is Binance.
That is Binance. Yeah, that's what I was confirming with the color.
So it sort of looks like, was it Eternity? Is that the right blue? Boy, they got so many colors on here. It's hard to tell.
That's what I mean. If we were live, we would be able to
narrow that down. Well, we will. We'll go live on that chart in a second here.
Gone Rogue says Augur is a prediction market. Says they have a wicked use case.
Okay.
So yeah, cool.
Maybe our next show will be Augur.
Maybe. Oh, and by the way, Gone Rogue, I have a DGB Chrome extension.
What is that?
Digibyte.
Oh.
A Chrome extension wallet. In preparation for we're having Josiah from the Digibyte Foundation on the steaming pile on Saturday the 17th. You're coming on that, aren't you? That's the one where I said it's a crossover show, and
yeah,
you're
I
like,
should be able to be there. What time is it?
I think we're going to be doing 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I think. Okay. It might be 7:30, but we got to check.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next slide, which is some more of our shameless self-promotion here.
So we're going to do that. We're going to talk a little bit about Manna.
Yeah, I think that I got the email. I don't know if they sent you the email about the helping Angola. I think I said it was Haiti last show. That was incorrect.
Yeah.
But I think they said there's more information coming, and I think what I'm going to do is when they open up that wallet, I'm just going to send my Manna to the wallet for that charity. Let's start doing it, and hopefully we get some people that come on board with us for this, and we can actually do something for somebody, right?
Yeah. And for people that are watching, they might not have heard that last week. So just give them a reminder on what the situation is with Mannabase and what they're doing.
Mannabase, of course, is a universal basic income, but is also a nonprofit organization who is developing a platform for people to get just a universal basic weekly income. As it builds, there will be more. And what we want to do is, if we get more people as referrals, if they use our referral links, it increases our amount of weekly deposits into our accounts or theirs if they choose to do that. And we can use that to fund charities. And so coming up, Mannabase has decided to help some people that are less fortunate than us. They're trying to connect them to the market, which I thought was great, setting up accounts for them.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do, and I think you mentioned it too, I'm just going to deposit my money to my Mannabase to those accounts so that they can be given to people who are less fortunate than us.
Awesome. I think that's great. So you guys have our links in there. Our links are in the description, and the links are in the slideshow. So if you guys haven't if you haven't set up a Mannabase account yet, we encourage you to do so.
Yeah, because it's going to.
Yeah, it's done through direct marketing.
People, right?
It's done through direct marketing. We had them on the show about a month ago, and good people. It is a registered nonprofit. So if that's your thing,
yes. So by signing up under our links, they go our account amounts go exponential. That means whoever we give that to will get more money.
The next shameless self-promotion I'm going to do is this is on the G1N token account, and that is a Fundition account where we're raising money for Healing Hands Entertainment's film Letters to Daniel. And so I put that Fundition up. I put the trailers up. I'm working with a couple people to help me get that pitch honed in on the Fundition account. I know G1N Token set it up. 95% of that or 90% of it goes directly to Letters Girl to help with the funding for getting that full feature film produced. And it really tells her story of from breakdown to bestseller and her thing that she went through with bipolar disorder. So we're going to watch a quick trailer and we'll be right back.
Dear Daniel, life did not always look like this. They say life happens when you're busy making other plans. For me, it was bipolar disorder. It crept in and systematically, quickly dissembled my ability to function in society and rendered me scared, lost, and lonely. I lost the ability to focus, and the simplest of tasks became too overwhelming. Even though it felt like I had been abandoned, I still had one person in my corner out there on the front lines with me. Missy Goodman, writing partner, best friend, soul sister, caregiver. This disease will bury you if it goes untreated. But with the help of medication, therapy, and the support of an amazing caregiver, I've gone on to be in a one-day-at-a-time recovery and have a career in the arts. This is the story of how me and Missy got there together. This is Letters to Daniel.
All right, so that's the trailer for Letters to Daniel. Keep that in mind and share it if you'd like, and contact me for more information. And we'll be doing I'll be doing another show with Amy throughout this month where she interviews. She's doing some interviews and putting some stuff together for the film, so stay tuned for that.
All right, that's
all
great.
Right. Now we're doing the top 5.
Yeah, so we break it down a little smaller so we can get a look at it. And look at Bitcoin Cash in the past week. 40%. It's Ripple's right behind them though in this point. And Stellar,
that's Gone Rogue's favorite coin.
I bet. It's mine. We need to. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. All the wheels are turning right now.
Oh man, here he goes.
All right, I'll skip over that. Stellar, which I like a lot too.
Now, you heard about blockchain, right? Blockchain.com and Stellar.
No, I
Stellar,
didn't hear that
I
one.
think
I heard the one.
Stellar's doing 125 million
Oh
in
yeah, yeah,
Stellar
yeah,
airdrop to
yeah.
blockchain. So anyone who has stuff on blockchain can get on that. Who has a blockchain.com wallet can get airdrop $25 of lumens.
Not bad. Well, they're what they're doing is expanding their market. The more people that have it, the more people are going to use it.
Amen. I'll
Yeah.
take $25 worth of pretty much any cryptocurrency except maybe BitConnect.
You sure? You still holding BitConnect? Ethereum. Oops, almost said that bad
Never
word.
had it.
And Bitcoin. They're okay, but they're not doing much on the weekly.
That's what I said. It's like a dollar. It's like
Yeah.
USD.
Okay, and then I went to the past month's slide here.
Oh, is that the next one?
Yep.
Moving right along.
All right, so again, Bitcoin Cash is still performing well. Ripple's right there behind them with Stellar. Bitcoin is down on a monthly basis, and Ethereum is down a lot more.
What the heck, Ethereum? Get your
Yeah,
act
I don't know
together.
what's going on with them.
They need to have some of those dApps they got on there have some success, and
Yeah, and then
they'll be
someone
fine.
wrote an article that said the ERC20 contract is vulnerable and not secure, and
Yeah.
so I'm sure that until they get that fixed.
Well, the guy that we had from Cleveland Blocks, they have different protocols. Yeah, Damon Ramsey, they have different protocols now. It's like a ERC 7 something. It's like a 700 number. So they're trying to even steer away from the ERC 20 pieces. But the ones that already have theirs on there, they're either going to have to convert to a different one, or they're going to have to update their security because they're like you said, they're vulnerable. And once that's known, it's just a matter of time before you have some bad players in the mix.
Yes, that's right. Everyone's always looking for an opening to circumvent the system. So I went year to date. The next slide.
Yep.
Stellar is not. This is a case where it's how bad are you? Not as bad, really bad, or just absolutely awful.
Right.
Right. So Stellar's doing the best of the worst, and then at the bottom, of course, Ripple.
There's your boy Ripple, the loser, biggest loser.
Just getting hammered. But right behind that, or right ahead of them, is Bitcoin Cash too. So there's not much difference between the two.
No one likes centralized bank money, Chaz.
I know they don't, but I tell you what, strange bedfellows, right?
They're doing some. Go ahead.
We don't like the system, but if we can make money off it, we're okay. So the next slide should be the open link. You should be able to link.
Okay. So this is we're going to link it up.
And I'm just going to let you take it where you want to go with it.
That sounds good. And anyone else out there, like if you want me to look at a specific coin, or if you have something that you want me to kind of read out, go ahead and do that. And if not, we'll just mess around with this chart for a minute.
It's really cool the way it operates. I mean, you can do a custom chart, or you can actually go do top 25, top 100. And then when you do at the bottom of the chart, there's that list. You can actually unclick who you don't want in there.
Okay. This
change.
website uses local storage and cookies.
Yeah, how about that?
So we got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. Where's Steam?
That's the thing that I don't understand. They're supposed to be doing this as the top.
We'll click on the top one. We'll click on the top 100 and see if that preloads all of them that I can select and deselect from there.
All right, I'll do that too.
Takes a little bit. My internet, the download speed for some reason is just complete shite.
It's shite. There, mine loaded.
Yeah, mine loaded. That doesn't help us. There you go. So we got We'll put Digibyte in there. We'll put Steam. Help me. Help me to see it. There it is, Steam. And is Manna in here? Mannabase? Are they in the top 100?
Didn't look at it, don't know.
Basic attention, token, auger, and let's do, oh, Cardano. I still haven't got any Cardano, but I want to. Okay, so you click on the tokens you want, and then what? Oh, okay,
Put
so
your
I got them
cursor
in the
over.
chart. It's up. It looks like it's updating the chart.
Okay. Once that happens, you can run your cursor right over the chart and it'll tell you what percentages. Now, up at the top on the left-hand side,
Mm-hmm.
you want return on investment or dollar amount? It gives you choices.
Okay, all right, I see that. How do I zoom in?
Good question. Don't know the answer to that one. I never tried it. Oh, you know what? Down at the bottom. See the dates, the gray scale?
I do. There we go.
You can move those around.
Mm-hmm. And you can go by month, week, year.
Or do a custom version of it.
That must have been by year. Let me do all. Let's do all time. Always like to look at all time.
Yeah, that's a frustrating chart, though, when you look at it.
I don't want to see linear. Can you do a different scale or no?
You can do exponential, I think, which would be a lot. Let's see if I can get it.
Okay, there's the all time. So Bitcoin, see Bitcoin being in there, it makes all of the other ones look smaller. You can see Ethereum under there, a little bump. That's cool. I do like that. So let's get rid of Bitcoin.
Yeah, throw Bitcoin out, and then you can get a better view.
There we go. So then Ethereum rises to the top. Auger underneath that. Cool. I like that. When did you find this site?
Let's see, it was last week I ran across it.
Okay. So we're going to go after cryptocurrency chart, and there's a new app that I have called Berminal.
Okay.
We're going to go after them and have them take out sponsorships for our
them
show.
On board with us.
Because the links.
Scroll down on that page, John.
Oh,
The cryptocurrency list.
Yeah, I'm scrolling.
You can put your dollar, you can put your coins in there, and it'll calculate the value on the right-hand side.
There you go.
My coin. That's really cool.
Except they keep local cookies, and so they'll just tie your IP address back to what you're putting in there.
Well, that's why I use Cache Cleaner.
What's Cache Cleaner?
It cleans out all my cookies.
Oh.
And I can tell which ones I want to keep.
You mean CACHE, not CASH.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, where's that? Is that in Vegas?
Cache Cleaner. That money laundering stuff.
Oh, Gone Rogue wants to know what RSI is.
Oh.
Do you know?
Yeah, I do. It's got to come to my brain. RSI is a measure of. It's damn it.
He said he's asking if it's overbought or oversold ratio or.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like MACD. MACD is a measure of where things have gone. RSI is resistance. Oh God! Here, let me look it up real quick.
See, it's gonna drive him crazy. Now we got to look. Good job, Gone Rogue. You got him.
I'm not the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Don't be condescending to our audience.
Well, I didn't mean that at all. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I should be in politics.
No one should be in politics.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'm excited to have you do an analysis of Bitcoin after this.
Okay, so it's relative strength index. It's a technical indicator used in the analysis of financial markets. It is intended to chart the current and historical strength or weakness of a stock or market based on the closing prices of a recent trading period. Should not be confused with relative strength, which is a different indicator. I never use it. I'd rather use MACD, moving average, advanced decline. So, but I mean, you got to find one, and this is something important, and a good thing that Gone Rogue has brought this up. Not all indicators work the same on all investments. Sometimes you have to use a custom set of indicators for a particular investment, and there are, and I think TradeView uses this. It's called backtesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can take an indicator and back test it on a certain investment to see how its accuracy is over time.
And are there some indicators that you recommend more in the crypto space versus like the market space, like the stock market space?
Well, I like using on all my investments. I like using linear regression channels.
So that's a standard that you would use then.
Yeah, I use that because it's mathematically based. It's not me hand drawing a thing on a screen.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is I like parabolic SAR. I think it gives you a feel for it. And then depending on the investment, I may use some others on it as well. I like using the on balance volume. And if you get a good set of indicators, you're going to know which way some things are going to go in the long haul, at least. Short term. Oh, the other thing I use is Gann squares.
Okay.
Gann squares, I think, are once you get them set up properly. And the problem is with using Gann squares is it's hard to on TradeView. It's hard to scale the chart to make it work right, because the scale has to be in a certain way. Otherwise, you're not. It's not going to work for you.
Have you tried it using dual monitors?
Well, the problem is I think TradeView likes to change its scaling to what it wants.
Oh.
So, and if I'm using multiple indicators, it's going to change the scaling. Every time I put an indicator on there, so I have to go back and readjust it again.
Okay.
I like it, but it's hard to use on TradeView.
Gotcha. You ready for some technical analysis?
Yeah, I am.
We chose Bitcoin today, everybody's favorite.
Well, I chose it because I think we got an opportunity here. Now, what we're looking at is a couple things, well, three things. My hand-drawn lines on the screen in the form of a triangle.
Those are the green, right? That's the green.
The green lines are showing it's coming to a decision point. Good probability that the decision point will be up, and we will see an increase in the value. It's made a couple attempts at going in the north direction,
Mm-hmm.
as we can see in that triangle. The other one is a parabolic SAR, which is the yellow step lines.
Okay.
I'm looking for a reversal on that. It should happen soon. I sort of went back and counted steps on those charts early on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like 15, 18 steps or so, and it tends to reverse. So on the short term, we should be able to see a reversal on this. Then on the bottom, there's that mountain chart line, and that's the on balance volume, one of my favorites, and it's showing that it's I put a linear regression channel on it just so I can get indication of direction, because sometimes when lines move a lot, it's hard to tell where the general direction is going. And so it's in the blue, which is the upper half of that chart, that channel, meaning that it's starting to move in an upward direction. So that's a good sign too. People are buying. And the last one is right at the bottom. Those little bar charts, those little histograms are just volume. And volume's down quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see that change when we see a reversal in the price. People will begin to buy again.
Okay. Gotcha. And so you think the reversal might be coming now? Does it come like where the point of the triangle is, or is that like an estimate that you said that
Yeah,
you do
because
that?
those are hand drawn, yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's an estimate. So yeah, it should, in a couple weeks or 3 weeks, maybe we should see some, well, should see some action on that in an upward direction. That is the probability that it will go up and not down.
I'm
I
telling you,
see.
I still think people are going to buy Bitcoin with their Christmas money.
I think that's a great perspective on it, because you're right. People are going to get Christmas money and they're going to jump in. So that's my take on it at the moment. We'll
All
see
right.
if I'm right.
Yeah, we'll see if you're right. Now it's out here on the blockchain for everyone to see.
It's immutable. I said it.
All right, everyone. That was today's show. Hope you liked it. Thanks for tuning in. We will put the VOD version up on the Steam post later and get that going. Check out G1N Token and give them a follow, and check in with me if you want to talk about any project that you heard on this show. Or oh, C-Roller3, why don't you tell them about your last post?
The feral cat post they put
Yeah.
up on Steam it. Yeah. Well, so I'm a certified feral cat caregiver, which means I've been trained to take care of cats that are abandoned or homeless, and they're outside cats. The reason we do that is because trying to relocate them, they're free spirits basically. They're out there, and that's one thing they have built into them genetically, is that they're still a wild part of domestic cats. And they like being free to go where they want, when they want, and do what they want. So rather than try to bring them in and make house cats out of them or have someone adopt them, we take care of them in their environment. There's some advantages to that. They keep rodent populations down. They don't do any harm, really. They're not like squirrels or raccoons who get in your attic. They're just out there looking for a place to sleep, looking for something to eat, and we're trying to take care of them.
Living their best life.
Yeah, give them the best life they can have. One thing we do is it's called the trap and release program. We trap the male cats and female cats, and we get them fixed so they don't create more feral cats.
Gotcha.
Now, when you fix a male cat, you reduce his range. So his range goes from, maybe a couple miles down to a half a mile range. And that means they stay closer to home, they get in less trouble, and they're able to survive better by doing that. So I have a online post I'm doing on one of our cats. It's called Gus and Us. Gus is one of our outside kitties, and he's quite the character. He took a swipe at me and my wife both the other day, and he got her. He got her good, and he swung at me, and I missed. But he's outside. There's other wild animals he's concerned about, and if they get amped up for some reason, like they just had a go around with a raccoon or a squirrel or a possum, they're liable to attack you because they're all amped up.
Right.
So yeah, he's got us a couple times, but for the most part, he's friendly. And so we feed him. I fed him this morning at 5 a.m. He comes to our side door. Our motion sensor light comes on, and we know Gus is here for breakfast. And so I take some food out to him.
So everyone go like Gus and Us, follow at C-Rollo3, and we'll see you next week for Augur.
Yes, Augur will be our next coin.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. This is Morning Coins with John and Chaz, signing off.
Thank you all.
See ya.